Wait, we're doing Moonfall? Why are we doing Moonfall? I know I watched it, but that doesn't mean we have to do every movie that I watch. I mean, okay, I guess we're doing Moonfall. And we're back with another episode of Blake's World. We're bringing you the best of the reviews, everything that you need to know. But if we miss something, we need you to comment and we need you to tell us. It's not trolling, don't worry about it, we want you to. And then also, make sure that you're liking and make sure that you're subscribing because that is how we grow this channel and that's how we bring you more awesome content. So now we're gonna get into Moonfall. Okay, so before you watch this one, you don't need any prior anything. This is a one-off film. Maybe it would have led to another thing if it would have done better. But what you do need to do is maybe think about your life. Because what happened with me was me and my lovely girlfriend were deciding what movie to watch one night. And she wanted to watch Old on HBO Max and I wanted to rent Moonfall. And she said, okay, well, we're gonna have to flip a coin. I keep a special coin in everything for these situations. We flip the coin, the dramaticism of it flipping, oh my God, she wins. We watch Old. In my mind, I am so sure that Moonfall is gonna be good. My boy Roland Emmerich is not gonna let me down over and over again. He's made bangers before. We've seen Independence Day. We've seen Day After Tomorrow. They're good apocalypse action movies. They're not gonna change your life. They're not gonna educate you on anything, but they're fun. But anyway, she wins the coin flip. So we watch Old, and Old is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I had seen bad reviews on that as well as Moonfall, but I just kind of thought that Moonfall was the big spectacle of it. We're gonna give Old a 3. It's a different review, maybe, I don't know, we'll talk about that. Comment below if you want to see me review Old. Okay, she won this one, so that means the next time we watch a movie, I got it in the pocket. I know what movie I want to see. So she sits down and she says, well, babe, what do you want to watch? I go, boom, Moonfall. Let's do it, okay? So we rent Moonfall. Halfway through, she's asleep, and I think it's probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so the plot of Moonfall isn't actually really that bad, and the execution isn't that bad. I just don't really understand why it hasn't been pulled together. Maybe we'll figure it out by the end of this. It starts with an astronaut that's in space. He's having a good time, and suddenly they are attacked by aliens. That seems like, a good way to start a movie, right? And the government doesn't believe him, and only 2 of the 3 astronauts survive, and these 2 astronauts take very different career paths, of course, at this point, because one of them says that they didn't see the swarm. Maybe she did see it, maybe she didn't. We don't really know, but she doesn't have proof. So Halle Berry's character is going to say she hasn't seen the swarm. Patrick Wilson's character is going to say, but there was a swarm. So 10 years later, Halle Berry is almost the head of NASA, and Patrick Wilson is waking up late, kind of with a hangover in LA. It's funny that it all takes place in LA, where NASA doesn't really have the biggest presence. I'm from Houston, so it's just kind of weird that this is all in LA, but yes, there is NASA stuff here, but turns out that there is a kooky guy, Sam. John Bradley's character, KC, has always believed that there's something been going on with the moon. He's a bit of a conspiracy theorist and he's never been taken seriously. He tells people he's a doctor, but he's not. He really is just a conspiracy theorist, but he is passionate about what he believes. He is committing a little bit of espionage. He finds out that his calculations are correct and that the moon is falling out of orbit. And at that point, he gets in touch with Patrick Wilson's character, Brian, and Brian is like, oh my gosh, I don't care. He's forced to care whenever all of the side effects of this start to happen, and him and John Bradley meet up at this hotel where John Bradley's having a conspiracy theorist meetup. That's whenever a tidal wave hits, and this whenever you get pure good Roland Emmerich. Destruction. He loves to just destroy every city. He's destroyed so many cities. You know what? He destroyed Houston, my home city, off camera. The guys are just sitting in the tank in Independence Day, just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And then they open up and it's like Houston's gone. All we got was a highway sign on I-10. That's whenever they get serious, and Halle Berry's character Joe sends a helicopter and they start getting to the bottom of this. Next thing you know, they're trying to figure out a way to get into space, and so they go to a museum and they find a leftover spacecraft. Again, gonna throw this out there, from Houston. I've been to Space Center Houston, I've been to NASA many times. It's like where they take you for field trips every year. And I just wanna say, I don't think that it would be like overnight that those things could fly into space. So next thing you know, they're launching into space, and Joe is telling her ex-husband, and this is something I also want to bring up, is that Joe and Brian both have children, and these children have been kind of left to their own devices. Bad parenting. I mean, saving the world is one thing, but like leaving your children just to figure it out in their teenage years or younger is kind of nuts to me. Joe's ex-husband is a general in the military, and he is privy to a lot of information, and so through this they decide what to do. So Joe is launching into space and the kids are trying to get to Colorado. One way or the other, they're gonna get there, hopefully. Again, horrible parents. Casey is being funny because John Bradley is just a great actor, and he actually kind of carried this movie. I think that all of the main cast actually did a good job with a script that wasn't really there, because the whole thing is based on the destruction and the graphics and going inside the moon. Oh yeah, hold on. So whenever they get to the moon, they go inside it. And inside the moon, it turns out that it's a megastructure that has been put there by some sort of precursor civilization to ours. It's a structure that's meant to seed life on planets so that they can make sure that their species never ends, but somehow we have gotten cut off from the main group or whatever, or they don't exist anymore. Yeah, never heard that before except for, 10 movies in the game Halo. Back home, things are going bad. The whole world is going nuts. Gravity is starting to get affected. It's starting to get pretty serious, right? So there is this cool scene where they're like jumping, which kind of is lame. They explain that gravity is being affected, but they only do it for like 2 seconds, and that makes it not enough and kind of turns it lame to me. I don't know, it's like, I need to see what that's like, because immediately after gravity was affected, they went up into a helicopter. Shouldn't the helicopter like shoot up because, the force of gravity isn't? Either way. In Colorado, the military has decided to nuke the moon and to hopefully get it off course or just blow it up. I don't get it completely, but hey, movies. They're up there and they find out that there is just somebody that has to go down there and set off this device so that they can save the day, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Patrick Wilson's character, the disgraced astronaut, he was just an astronaut telling the truth, which is a very astronaut thing to do, right? But he was persecuted for it. So now he's going to maybe get some redemption or something by going down there. At the last minute, Casey hops in the shuttle and he drops down the hole and he bites the bullet and he ends up being the savior, saving the day, and at the same time mixing his consciousness in with the consciousness of the superstructure that is the moon. So I guess that's how they planned on setting it up for a sequel. If you make a sequel that's not a made-for-TV movie, I'm gonna be very upset. And also, John Bradley, you shouldn't be in that. You're really good. You should be in different things, different movies, not these movies, just better movies, good movies. Is it weird that I kind of expect this kind of movie from Patrick Wilson? And Patrick Wilson is really, really good. He's been good in almost everything I've ever seen him in. But is it weird that after all of his Blumhouse movies, I kind of expect these kind of like, not based on the script movies? I don't know. We'll get into that in the next section. Anyways, they get home and all is well and the day is saved. Casey and millions of people have been killed, but we don't really mention that for some reason. I don't understand. There's something about Roland Emmerich's movies that he always does this, that whenever there is a villain, it's normally some sort of alien or something like that. When it's over, they kind of just end it. It's like they don't like worry about mourning the dead, but they've done this in a lot of movies, like the original Star Wars. I want to quickly thank all of you for watching this video to the end. And now I need you to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment of what you thought of the movie Moonfall. Maybe I am just being too hard on it. Maybe I am. Maybe I expect too much because I loved the movie Independence Day and The Patriot. So maybe I'm not giving it enough slack. Either way, you need to let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, keep it going, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.